வாழ்க வளமுடன். May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness and peace. Be blessed by the divine. Good morning to every one of you. Nice to be with all of you again. Kumaresan sir?
Yes, you are able to hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Please.
So, a small introduction about Professor Balachandar. You all know he has come here multiple times. Not only he is responsible for, prime responsible for the Qatar meditation center to be started, and so much we have grown here. He has been responsible for all the Middle East centers, Europe and Canada. So, he was the instrument in making an effort to group the people there available who are understand the concepts, then start a meditation center and also help along grow the center to this level. What we see today, not only here, across Europe and Canada and other countries, many of the foreign countries, it has been done by him. And he has been visiting frequently to Qatar. We all know that. And today he just finished this topic in Tamil. It's a very nice topic. Let's hear it from him today. Over to you, sir.
May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May we all be blessed with good health, long life, enough wealth, wisdom, and peace. Salutations to all of you, dear friends. Happy to be associated with Qatar once again. Not only Qatar, the Qatar Center has been doing fantastic work. They've been connecting the entire world also by this program, both in Tamil and English. An excellent work. So my salutations to all of you across the world. Because ours is a World Community Service Center. Swamiji, the beauty of Swamiji is he has never thought of anything less than the world. On the contrary, all of us are thinking about my name, my family, my religion, my caste, my group, like that. That is one extreme. Today, most of the people, because of this, they are giving pains to themselves and to others. Whereas, on the contrary, it is not Rama or Krishna about whom we don't know whether they really lived or it is, or maybe in those days it could have been possible. Is it possible to think of just the world as one and then work for that? Is it really possible, practical? But we saw Vedadri Maharishi. At least we've been fortunate enough, we are hearing his voices, yes, but we have even almost lived with him. That at no point of time he has gone down below the world. That's why the World Community Service Center. Physically, he's never thought of anything less than the world. And spiritually, universe, even universe was not the limit. It is the unlimited space, unlimited divinity or space. So that is our master. I will just share an experience and then come to this topic as well. Once Dr. Jayaprakash, he was the head of the department of in Madurai Kamaraj University, University in Tamil Nadu. He was the head of the department of Vallalar and Gandhian studies. Many of you may be knowing Vallalar was also a great saint, and Swamiji got much of his inspiration from Vallalar. In fact, a continuation of Vallalar. So there's a Gandhian and Vallalar studies. He was the head of the department. And he, being a great scholar and a very, very simple man, he will just come with a dhoti and Hawaii chappal. But he was such an authority that throughout the world he was traveling, talking about Gandhian and Vallalar studies and peace and things like that. So, and when he learnt about Swamiji's principles from some of the disciples, he learnt about it. and he learned practice of meditation. He went through Swamiji's books, and then he came to the conclusion, because he immediately understood, because he himself was a great man, involved, drenched in Gandhian and Vadala studies, that he could see the greatness of Vedadri Maharshi, even without seeing him, just through his books and lectures and the disciples. Then what he did, he took a decision on himself, saying that I have the qualification to meet Vedadri Maharshi only after he introduced some of his topics into the syllabus of his university. See, great men are able to appreciate the great man. So he said, without that, I have no authority to even go and meet him. Though Swamiji welcomes anyone, all of us can just walk into his room. Absolutely no problem. But he said, no, this is what he has to do, and then go. And then at that time, all these courses were all not there, much before 2000. 2001, 2000, something like that, yes. So then what he did was, he introduced as one of the papers in the diploma or diploma there, Swamiji's concepts. And it was, getting it passed through the university, very tough. And he got it done, he did the whole thing. And then only he felt he can come and meet Swamiji. So he comes. And I was very fortunate to take him to Swamiji for the first time when they're meeting. So he meets and then he says, Swamiji, I'm impressed by this thing, and we have introduced it, and he brought the syllabus also, that we have introduced it, like that. And then they went on discussing. It was a great thing to listen to that, two great minds. And he said, what are the universities, what should be required in education, Vedadri Maharshi was explaining, and about world peace and all that. Then we came down. He spent 2-3 days there. At the end, when he was about to go, I asked him, Dr. Jayaprakash, sir, you are so familiar with Gandhi and Vallalar and Mahatma Gandhi and Vedadri Maharshi. Can you do some compare and contrast? We have our own minds, so we keep asking some silly questions. So I asked him, can you compare and contrast Gandhi and, because for me also Gandhi is a great hero. In fact, only after I read his autobiography, where, again, I'm sharing these experiences because all of us are going through this. So we'll cover the subject as well, but everything under the sun is Swamiji's subject. So in fact, I was, birthday, my senior, a Bengali, he gave me the gift of autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi, My Experiments with Truth. When I was reading it, you can't stop crying if you read his autobiography. So is the case with Vedadri Maharshi. If you read his autobiography, Another Vazhkai Vilakkam, or Story of My Life, you cannot but cry, because so much pain society has given to him, and still he was expressing his love and compassion and kindness. So in that book, in autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi, when I was reading it, so he says that whenever I faced a problem in my life, I used to refer to Bhagavad Gita. And he said, not as a Hindu, because he was studied in, Oxford or Cambridge, and he was a part of all the religious discussions and all, as a student, the co-curricular activities. So he was very familiar with all the religions, and a brilliant brain. So he says that whenever I have a problem, and he had enough problems, Indians have given enough problems to him, Indians and Pakistanis, all of us were Indians only at that time, and he also killed him also. So he said, whenever I found any problem and I'm not able to get a solution, he says, I just opened Bhagavad Gita at random, and one stanza that will give some solution to him. I said, what a great book is that? That you have some problem in your life. Okay. And then to find a solution, if you open. Okay. Now, that is what is our. So, Vedadri Maharshi. So, like that. So then he said, So like that. Okay. Now, yeah, I'm okay. Now, so let us see. Let us see how our life, and then we'll come to this topic. So the title is 1, 2, and 6. Is it not?
1, 2, 6.
1, 2, 6. So
Kumaresan, can you put the screen?
can you put the screen, the title? Let us see what it is, or can you read out?
Fix 1, 2, 6. Flower the success. Flower to your success. Flower to your great
1,
success.
2, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fix,
Thank you.
yeah. Fix your ones, twos, and sixes. Flower to a great success. So that is the title. 1, 2, 6. Fix your ones, twos, and sixes. Flower to a great success. Okay. So what is that one? Fix your ones. See, the moment you think of yourself, one is yourself, ourselves, each one of us. So when we think of ourselves, that one, so immediately what happens is we have certain feelings. We have pain, pleasure, is it not? As an individual, we are hungry, we are thirsty, we are jealous, we are hating somebody, we like somebody. So there is a feeling within us. So that is that one, fixing your oneness. So if you see our human life, right from the time we are born. So when we are in the mother's womb, we are not aware of anything at all. It is the mother, automatically that feeding takes place, and then we start growing. But then it's almost like a stone. We are just there, even without any much feelings. Then slowly the feeling starts. And then after a few months, we come out of the mother's womb. And then the moment we come out, we cry because the external atmosphere is different. So we were in a very beautiful, closed, and coming out, the heat and cold, all the differences, we start crying. So now that I am something separate, that feeling starts. So that is how we have in the beginning. So immediately we feel the differences in the temperature and hunger and all that. So when I say I'm thinking of these things. So that awareness comes about. Previously, earlier in the mother's womb, we may not be able to feel anything at all. We may be just lying down like a log. Slowly, only the feeling starts. Okay. So once you come out, then you start feeling the difference in temperature. So the skin is able to feel the difference. So that is the one sense. Okay, then the second sense is, then we feel hungry, then we would like to take mother's milk. So the tongue, the second sense is the taste sense. Okay, then after some time, the smell sense also starts functioning. Then the eyes, then the ears. So that is how the five senses start working one after the other. And you can see, it is exactly, we are able to see from the animals. We all know that we have come from the animals. If you see the animals, the growth, all those things are there in us. The first, before it's just a stone. In stone, there is no feeling at all because it does not have a mind. It does not have a life energy. So the stone is just lying down like that without any feeling. But once the stone, water, all those things mix together, and then the energy particles start spinning, then only the feeling comes. Okay, then the pain, pleasure starts coming. So even in a plant life, once that life energy starts circulating, then only it becomes a seed and then it grows. So apart from the stone, pattern, precision, regularity, there is a feeling of pain and pleasure. So your senses start functioning. So as a plant, it's only has got a touch sense. So it's only by the touch sense it is able to feel the sun. It is able to absorb the water only by touch sense. It does not have a tongue. It does not have a nose. It does not have eyes. It does not have ears. So through touch sense only, it is living. One sense living being. Then from that, the fruits come about, and then the seed falls again. It multiplies like that. So what is the second sense? So from that, within a fully plant fruit, if it is planted, it becomes a tree. But suppose that fruit is kept separately. not put on the soil. Then within that itself, the worm starts coming in. It's the second sense. The first sense itself turning into second sense. A worm comes in. So that's the second sense. It has got a touch sense, now it has got a taste sense. So only by eating that mango, it is able to come out of that. So two senses. And then, so it starts crawling. It does not have eyes, it does not have nose, it does not, only the skin and the taste. And then after some more time, then what happens is, it goes into hibernation. And in that hibernation, it starts developing wing. And then the bee, honeybee, mosquito, all those things have got three senses. So now they are able to have some wings, and so they are able to go to the fruits and then take the honey. They are not having eyes; it's only by smell. Now they have developed smell sense also. And then much later, then it starts the wings fall off. Then they start walking, either with 4 legs or hundreds of legs, and then with 4 legs. Animals. They have eyes as well at that time, and then the ears also develop. So this is how, from a non-living thing, a living thing starts, and then we keep growing. So within that, the feeling of eye, even in the case of animals, it has got that eye, and it feels hungry. Then it should know, it knows which to attack, which to eat, which to run away from. So all those things, that eye, that feeling of pain, pleasure, peace, all those things are coming about. And it goes on developing with 5 senses, it is getting more and more knowledge. So slowly that eye is increasing. So both to attack as well as run away. So like this it goes, and then it goes on developing up to the 5 senses. So at that time, it's by its exposure. It either escapes or tries to eat and things like that, and then copulation takes place and multiplies. So this is the way the animals live. And we human beings have come much later. In the evolutionary process, human being is the last. And when we come about, how are we born? So in fact, we had a pedigree. We must have come from animals. That's what even genetics also talks about. Gregor Mendel also talks about. But Swamiji goes even one step more. He says, what should be our parents? We think we have come from monkeys or some, missing link. In fact, Swamiji feels that it is between a monkey and lion. Some sort of a union must have taken place. That's why our face and all is like a lion. But we have a monkey's this thing also. So some cross, science has to prove about it. So that is how we have the animal imprints, strong animal imprints of attacking and all that, and that's how we have come about. Okay, so as a child, so I have that ego and my sense of attachment, all those things come about. I want to think, I want things like that. So by this, I keep on developing my senses, and I go like that. And as I'm living, there are certain things I want to avoid, certain things I want to be with, certain things I want to enjoy. So this feeling of working, enjoying, also away from certain people, certain animals I got to be away, and all that. So slowly, even, and this of course the animals also have, but the human being has got what is called the 6th sense. So 5 senses we understand: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing, which is there in many animals. And they got certain brain also, but at a very rudimentary level. When it comes to man, the great power, what is the greatness of man? Physically, he is not strong as animals. Many of the animals are much, much stronger. But then what is the greatness? It is the power of the mind. The 6th sense. And the 6th sense is what? Those which we cannot perceive by 5 senses, but still they are there. And to know about them, understand them, and make use of them, that is the greatness of human being. So I means it has all those things. Now I'll give an example. Maharishi gives philosophy in such a simple terms that we can all appreciate it. So what is that 6th sense? Sixth sense is through five senses which we cannot see, but we can infer and know the truth, deeper truths. And example is, Swamiji's example. Now we are seeing the water in the ocean, in the sea, in the well, in our tap. We also see the clouds. Now no animal will think that it is this which has become cloud, or even as a small child. But as we grow, we understand that it is the hot water heated up, it becomes vapor, and they go and become cloud. We are seeing the cloud, we are seeing the water in the ocean, but we are not seeing the water becoming, we are not seeing, because that cannot be seen. It is very, it is only the vapor which cannot be seen. They go and then they get together and then they become cloud. Though we are not seeing it, the sixth sense is to assume that and prove it also. So this is the greatness of human being. What cannot be perceived by five senses can also be imagined by the sixth sense. And then we can even prove some of them. This is the power of sixth sense. And so human being is the only creature which has got this power. Some animals may have some rudimentary sixth power, but they can't work beyond it. And so of all the creatures, physically we are not very strong, but we have that intellect, that power by which we will know so many things which are not understandable by them. And that is why today we are controlling all the animals in this, with us. We have the power to understand and then plan to kill or to arrest them, etc. So now you see, so that is why the ego also in the human being increases, because he is able to do so many things. And so the ego rises to a certain extent. And he wants to enjoy more and more. That is natural. Animals also want to enjoy more and more, but they have certain limits. But human being, because the sixth sense can be so expanding, he wants to enjoy more and more. There's no limit at all. If I have one jalebi, why not two? Why jalebi itself, how much of research must have happened? No other animal can do that, but the human being can do that. So he can understand the law of the physical things and make some modifications, work on that, do research, and then see how he can enjoy that through that. So one jalebi, no, not enough. Two, it's giving more happiness. Okay, one more. After 3 or 4, no, enough. But again, so like this money. For money, I want unlimited. We don't know where is the margin. So even though we have the power to imagine, but that itself, when it goes beyond a point, what was giving pleasure itself could give pain also if we know the method, if we don't know the method and limit. Now this is the problem with the human being. So human being is very, very intelligent, but he is carried away by emotions. When he does that, he creates problems for himself. And so this I, the feeling of I is, I should be happy. I means my feelings. That's what I generally think. And if it is children born out of myself and my wife, then it is my children. Others, I think it is different. So this type of limitation of the mind, when I'm associated only with the physical body, happens. And I want more and more of that, more and more of that. And beyond a point, that itself which was giving pleasure is giving pain. So, yes. So many of them, what I was saying was, so one jalebi, two jalebis, three jalebis becoming the problem. Correct? So, if now that we have got more power to create so many artificial things also, we should know how to deal with them properly. Otherwise, that itself, because now you can add more sugar and then eat it. You can heat it and then eat it, like that. So we go on with doing and we want to enjoy life. But we understand that very enjoyment is giving pain. So this is where man starts questioning that, am I understanding the truth fully? So with so much of power, with so much of success, why is he not happy? Even animals seem to be happy. If they have some problems, they eat and then they have some man-woman relationship and then take rest. So if we are more intelligent and we can artificially create so many things, then we should be much more happier than them. Is it not? But is it happening? No, it's not happening. Not only are we not happy, are we able to allow our family members to be happy or our office to be happy? So ultimately we find that with more power, I'm getting more problems for myself, to other animals and to other living beings and to nature also. So is it something wrong with God, or is it I have not understood myself fully? And in this condition, in this emotional mood, so what Swamiji beautifully explains, that the feeling of I, that becomes two parts. Mine, I and mine. I means aggressiveness. Yes, I am superior. I am better than you. I am more important than you. I, aggressiveness. And me is possessiveness. My people, oh, they're all Indian, so I should take care, and things like that. Or my family, my caste, etc. etc. So we do borders. We say that some of us are mine means others are others. They are different. So because of that because not understanding what is I, that feeling what I get as I think I'm associated myself with my body. So I think it is my country, my this thing. So I generally relate to my body and my feelings. So this, when it is there, I and mine, it creates aggressiveness and possessiveness. And when that happens, Swamiji beautifully says that these are uncouth couples. I and mine, aggressiveness and possessiveness, they are two uncouth couple, one male and one female, and they meet together and they produce 6 unwanted children. So that's the title. See the ones and then twos, ones, twos, and sixes. Is it not? That was the title. The one is that feeling of ego, I, and that when it is not properly understood what that I is, it becomes I and mine, possessiveness and aggressiveness. Ones, twos, and these twos, they cannot keep quiet. They produce 6 children. So fix the ones, fix the twos, and fix the sixes. But right now, we know that one is ego, the two is production of I and mine, and producing 6 unwanted children. What are the names of the 6 unwanted children? Greed, anger, miserliness, immoral sexual passion, vanity, and vengeance. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsaryam. These are the 6 unwanted children. Why unwanted? They produce all the pains for us. If we are a stone, no problem. But if I am angry, I will do something. If I am jealous, I will do something. If I am greedy, I will do something negative. Because I go beyond the limit also. So all of us have this habit. Greed will be there. It's not that it will not be there. Because that is how we are born. So greed, anger, miserliness, immoral sexual passion, vanity and vengeance, it will be there. So don't worry if you have got it and I should not have got it. But those 6 will have negative results. And so I should know how to streamline that, how to modify that. You cannot eradicate totally. When somebody somebody comes with a pin and pinches me or puts the pin inside, immediately I get angry. But then when I see it's a 6-month-old child, it does not know what it is doing, my anger will become, arey, this is a chota bacha. It does not know anything, I will just tap. Or remove the pin from there. But anger will come because I'm having pain. Okay, we are living beings. So these 6 are natural. But with animals, only to a certain extent they can implement it. Whereas human beings, the human mind has got a phenomenal capacity. There's something brilliant. So we are very, very fortunate to have been born as a human being. Nature takes millions of years to produce a human being. So remember how great your birth is. We should know what is our greatness and what is our limitations also, and how to make this great into a greater thing. When we don't know, when somebody has got too much power, when we don't know how to make use of it, it will be a problem to self and others. Think of a king who misuses his power. So we are like that. We are kings in the nature. of all the species. But if we don't know how to make use of it, first we ourselves will land into problems. And because we have got so much power, we will give power to other pains to others, other living beings, and even nature. That is exactly what is happening now. And science has given us more power to destruction. It has given so many good things. Yes, today we are able to talk to each other because of science. You are sitting somewhere thousands of miles away. It may be morning or night there, but we are able to communicate. Great. Science has given this human being's brain. But the very same science, I can have a nuclear bomb and destroy the whole world. So science alone is not enough. There is something more equally important. And that is where this, what is called Anmigam or spirituality comes into being. You should know what that spirit within you is. How is it connected with others? How is it connected with the universe? How is it connected with the divinity, the source of universe? As long as that is not understood or that is not properly used, the science will be a destruction. Will be destroying us. One button is enough today. We are all sitting on a volcano. We are sitting on a volcano. We don't know that. One button is enough. Can you remember? Is it an exaggeration? No. We have to understand this. So we have to do something better. And for that, spirituality is important. So we should know what is that one I. What is I? My feelings. Is that all in my I? And happiness, is it only this? So these things, when we don't know, we get into, we got immense power, but that goes as greed, anger, miserliness, immoral, sexual passion, vanity, vengeance. Greed, I want more and more. Even if somebody wants it, no, I will not give. I'm greedy. I want more. And there's no limit at all. And then once you, suppose you get everything else also, then you should say others also should not become like me. Again, stop those fellows. So it is no ending at all. So that is what is creating problems. So now we have to understand who that I is really and really. And that is where we say, yes, I'm made up of 5 sense organs and feelings are there, but am I that only or am I something more? We have what is called life energy in us. We cannot see it, but we are living beings. So there must be an energy in us, and that is life energy. Pran Shakti, Uyir, Jan. I am that also. But today, even in science, we are not able to prove what that life force is, because it's a very subtle force. It is like electricity, bioelectricity. Electricity in a living being. But we have practices by which you can observe the life force. You can feel the life force functioning in you. That's what all great masters they've been teaching us. Know thyself, Socrates. How many years? 2,400 years back, somewhere in Greece. So with Christ or Prophet Muhammad or Shankara or Ramana Maharshi, all these masters, they've reached that stage. And then they say, you don't know what your real I is. You are much more than just a 6 feet body or 5 feet body and feelings. It's only a periphery. You are much more than that. And one is, you are a living being. So you should know what is the life energy. Which we are not able. No animal can feel the life energy. That is their limitation. Whereas a human being can. That is why we are great. So there is a method by which I can know that I am life energy. And that is what Swamiji offers on a plate. Ajna, Shanti, Turiyam, all those things. So once I am understanding I am life energy, then I am not man, woman. Life energy has got this thing. Then you become that one. And the 6 unwanted things which are produced, then I will know that, okay. And then going deeper. So I am not only the physical body, I am also a life energy. You are understanding more of yourself. But then as you go to higher classes, which you all done already, then you understand that I am not even limited to this body. I am a part of the universe. Not only a part of the universe, Universe also began at some point of time. It may end at some point of time also. Still limited. But there is a source which is unlimited, from which things have come about and things will go and merge. I have come from that. I am that which is over billions of years, it has become me. It has become you. It has become a flower. When you come to that level, then you find unity in everything. Not only with yourself or with your brother or things like that. That is at the physical level. But as you really understand who that one is, fix that one, then you understand it is that divinity, one thing, which has become all that. And when I understand that, but immediately I will not be able to change my habits. I need, because till now I have not been thinking like that. So I have got that greed, anger, miserliness that also come through my animals, imprints and all that, and then thousands of years. So I need to do some practice as well. Now theoretically I can understand, but how do I put it in practice? So as you meditate, then do some practice. You've got to come out of the habits, negative habits. So greed can be converted into contentment. Yes, how much I need? I should have that. Yes. But beyond that, others are also like me only. That sort of thing will come. So greed can be, what is it you want? You can even put mind to that. It is possible. And then if that is not satisfied, it becomes anger. So if greed is taken care of, contentment is there, even anger will not be that much. And by anger, first you suffer yourself, and then only you can attack others. First, your blood boils, your system breaks down, then only you can attack others. So anger can be converted into tolerance. So like this, the 6 negativities can be transformed into 6 positivities. Greed, anger, miserliness. Miserliness can be by charity. Yes, everyone requires it, I'll share it with them. Or I am also suffering, they are all, let me share. I can also suffer along with them, because they are me only in another form. So it is that type of knowledge. And then miserliness, immoral sexual passion, vanity and like that. Immoral sexual passion, yes, as a human being, as an animal, or even some other plants, man-woman relationship is required. It's a part of nature, for nature to propagate. But that also within limits. The society, one man, one woman. So like that, if it develops, then we find that that can be again transformed beautifully. And then greed, anger, miserliness, immoral sexual passion, vanity. Vanity is superiority or inferiority complex. Once I understand that you are that and that all other person is also that, then where is vanity? You will have that equal-mindedness, equanimity. And then vengeance can be when the anger itself is reduced. Anger is reduced means vengeance will not be there. Vengeance by manipur, that is by forgiveness. Maaf kar dena usko. It is possible. Because maaf karne se you will feel happy. Otherwise, its blood is boiling you. So even out of selfishness, you will come to know that the 6 negativities can be transformed into 6 positivities. So as you start doing it, you will find that you are one with life force. And then this life force itself is a part of universal energy. This is Chitakash. It's a part of Mahakash. Mahakash is entire universe is filled with Akash particles. Can you become one with that? Beautifully, Swamiji gives meditation for that. And then even that universe, Mahakash, is coming from an unlimited thing. Even universe, however big it is limited. Can I become one with the source? So when you do that, you find that you're one with that divinity, and everything is your own multiplications into different. Then you find that oneness. That's why if somebody else somewhere in South Africa is giving a pain, somebody also will feel the pain. I will share only today what happened was, okay, I'll come to that later. So like that, yeah, let me, having told you, let there not be suspense. Today is September 9/11, is it not? I was just talking to the Tamil group, somebody reminded, 9/11, that's exactly where, 9/11, you remember? This thing was attacked. That day, in the morning, Jayanti, Rajashekar and myself, we had the fortune to be with Swamiji in the morning. Very rarely we get the morning session chance. So suddenly Swamiji speaks out. He was just doing something. We know when he is very serious, we will not even talk to him. We know that he's in a different frequency. So we were just sitting down and reading some books like that. Suddenly Swamiji speaks in English to us. He will never speak to us in English. He will speak in Tamil. But that day he says, suddenly, and his voice was a bit raised, such a soft voice, but that day it was different. And he said, if humanity does not mend itself, universal might will teach a lesson. About divinity, he will never say universal might, he will say universal love. He uses the word universal might will teach a lesson. We were all shocked to hear that. But anyway, we could not talk to him. We went back home. In the evening, that September 9/11, evening in Indian time, this thing was attacked. Twin Towers was attacked. Then I could relate, we could all relate that when the people were planning for that 9/11, Swamiji was getting disturbed. Because they say that when a child is sick, the mother will come to know about it, even though thousands of miles away, because it's apart. Similarly, because Swamiji, for him, the world is a child for him. So when something was happening to world peace, he feels disturbed. And out of him comes this voice that universal might will teach a lesson if humanity does not mend itself. We could understand that. We are lucky that we have master. So that is that he is in that level. And he says that all of us have that provision. We can reach that level. Because he says, I've taught whatever I know, I've taught you. Now it's a question of just putting all these things into practice. But be practical in your life. Take care of, yes, he says adequate wealth. He does not want you to leave everything and go away. No. He says you stay with your family. That's your priority. You take care of yourself, your health, your bank balance. Take care of your family. Take care of your office. Because only through your office you are servicing the society. What a beautiful practical method. But also think of even world peace. It is possible. You are not only belonging to the world, you are even beyond that. You can be in ecstasy. So when you fix that one is not me of my body only, I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Atman Brahmam. Prajnanam Brahmam. Tattvamasi. All these Mahavakyas now make meanings. When you are at that level, then I and mine, I understand what is I and what is mine. Then everything is becoming yours. It's not a Pakistani or like that. No. We have not expanded our mind. We are limiting ourselves to certain things. So how to come out of that? A beautiful practice. Without leaving your job, without leaving your family, nothing. You enjoy. But know the method and limit. Are you dealing with that 6 negativities? Have you turned it? And go deeper. Enjoying your full life and still, that is what is called Paramananda. We know pain, pleasure, but there is a peaceful stage and then ecstasy stage. So ecstasy stage is possible for all of us, but we are in the pain, pleasure only. So Swamiji gives a method to go up to that and also steps to go for that, both by meditation as well as by introspection and practices in your life. So by that one, you know what is that one? Not the physical body or feelings, you are that. And I and mine is the same thing. And that six can be already fixed. It won't even come out. If it comes also, you'll say, okay, like Christ, he was crucified, was dragged, poor man, for doing so good to the service. So even then, what he says, Father, forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. Because if they know what they are, they would not be doing this. You cannot create crime if you understand that you are that and others are also that. So that is our ultimate goal of human life, which we have got after millions of years. So it is with that vision, when you start looking at it, you got phenomenal powers to do to the world. Not only your small family, nothing. Your office, yes, you can do, but you can do much more also. So we are grateful that on this September 9/11, we are able to, and Qatar people, yes, we always, happy days those good thoughts come to all of us, all the three of us. We have enjoyed your company, and thank you for this. Even without our own knowledge, nobody would have planned it. Also, it has come on this beautiful day. I thank you all, and also all the participants across the world. We are all brothers and sisters, single family, or even one, according to Swamiji. So let us develop this, and let us take it to more and more people. Share, and the bucket is full; it has to overflow. So let us all become full with this and overflow and make the world a beautiful, peaceful place. So with this beautiful thought on September 11, conclude this, not a lecture, it's just a free discussion with all of you. And we'll leave it for your question answer session.
Be blessed by the divine, blessed by the divine. Really wonderful, sir. Not only the topic was attractive, fix 1 2 6 and flower to a great success, and your lecture was also very much enlightening us. In fact, the essence of Vedatrium was covered today on this particular day, connecting to that incident as well, and how we have to change ourselves to reach the state of divinity. Really wonderful. We are blessed to have you with us today, and now it is open for question and answers.